Although Vladimir Putin is one of the most powerful men in the world and is often in the spotlight, he likes to keep his personal life private. The public knows, however, that Putin was once married. While little is known about Putin's personal life, even less has been reported about his ex-wife, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya. Putin's family isn't nearly in the news as much as the families of American presidents, so what should we know about the mother of Vlad's children? This is the truth about Vladimir Putin's ex-wife, Lyudmila's early life. Lyudmila Ocheretnaya's early life was marked by modest beginnings and a strong inclination towards literature and the arts. Born in 1958 in Kaliningrad, a city in western Russia situated along the Pragolya River, she hailed from a working-class family. Her father worked at a mechanical plant, while her mother held the role of a cashier. Despite their humble background, Lyudmila displayed remarkable talents in literature and the Russian language during her formative years. Her love for poetry was particularly notable, as she not only enjoyed reading it, but also ventured into writing her own verses. Alongside her literary interests, she nurtured dreams of becoming an actress and actively participated in school events and contests, showcasing her versatile talents. Following her high school graduation, Lyudmila pursued higher education at Kaliningrad Technical University. Subsequently, she held various positions, working at her local post office and serving as an apprentice at a machinery plant. Her career path also led her to work as a nurse, before eventually embarking on a career as a flight attendant. Despite these diverse experiences, Lyudmila found her true calling when she enrolled at Leningrad State University, now known as St. Petersburg State University. At the Department of Philology, she immersed herself in the study of different languages, demonstrating her intellectual curiosity and dedication to linguistic pursuits. It was during her third year at the university that she crossed paths with Vladimir Putin, marking the beginning of a significant chapter in her life. In the subsequent years, Lyudmila ventured into a variety of occupations, showcasing her versatility and adaptability. Her professional journey included roles such as teaching German, working in a clothing store, and serving as a representative for a telecommunications company in Moscow. The mid to late 1980s saw the Putin family residing in Dresden, East Germany, where Vladimir Putin was stationed by the KGB. During this time, Lyudmila leveraged her linguistic skills and worked as a linguist, contributing her talents to the family's life in a foreign country. Meanwhile, Vladimir Putin, operating under the cover story of a translator, was engaged in covert intelligence work. Putin's unusual marriage proposal. In the year 2000, a revealing book titled First Person, an astonishingly frank self-portrait by Russia's president was published. This compilation of in-depth interviews delved into the life and character of Vladimir Putin, shedding light on various aspects of his personality. Among the contributors to this candid portrait of Putin was Lyudmila Ocheretnaya, and her insights provided an intriguing glimpse into their early interactions. Lyudmila candidly recalled her initial impressions of Putin when they first met. One striking observation she made was that she thought he was poorly dressed during their initial encounter. Interestingly, it was not until 3 years after their initial meeting that Vladimir Putin proposed to Lyudmila. The proposal itself was far from extravagant or conventional. In fact, Lyudmila had no inkling about what was about to transpire, and she initially believed that Putin was preparing to discuss ending their relationship. During this pivotal moment, the couple found themselves in Putin's home, engaged in a heartfelt conversation. Putin began by acknowledging that he was not an easygoing person and described himself as a risky life partner. Lyudmila, uncertain of the direction of the conversation, believed that Putin might be preparing to end their relationship. However, she affirmed that she had indeed made up her mind about him after nearly 4 years together. To her surprise, Putin responded with a heartfelt declaration, saying, "Yes? Well then, if that is the way it is, I love you, and propose we get married." This unexpected proposal marked a turning point in their relationship. Vladimir and Lyudmila divorce. Throughout Vladimir Putin's ascent to power, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya deliberately shied away from the public eye, maintaining a low profile and rarely making public appearances. Her reluctance to embrace the role of a political spouse was evident, as revealed by a Russian designer who had the opportunity to dress her for special occasions. According to the designer, Lyudmila was unprepared for the demands and scrutiny that came with being the wife of a president, describing the role as something that had unexpectedly descended upon her. The decision to dissolve their marriage in 2013 marked the end of an almost 30-year union between Vladimir and Lyudmila. Rumors of a separation had been circulating prior to their official announcement, fueled by Lyudmila's conspicuous absence from public appearances alongside Vladimir. Nevertheless, the divorce announcement came as a surprise, particularly since it was uncommon for high-ranking politicians to terminate their marriages while in office. In fact, Vladimir Putin became the first Russian president to divorce while still holding the position, breaking with tradition. During their announcement, both Vladimir and Lyudmila characterized their separation as a civilized divorce. They candidly admitted that they had been leading largely independent lives and spent minimal time together as a married couple. Lyudmila emphasized that, despite the dissolution of their marriage, they would always remain friends, a sentiment that Vladimir concurred with, stating, "Forever, I am sure." Lyudmila Ocheretnaya's journey, from her early life and marriage to Vladimir Putin to her subsequent pursuit of a more private life in France, continues to be marked by a balance between personal privacy and public scrutiny, reflecting the complexities of life as a political spouse. His ex-wife longed for a life outside of the spotlight. While Russian President Vladimir Putin typically maintains a strong barrier of privacy around his personal life, it is a matter of public record that he was married to a woman named Lyudmila Ocheretnaya for nearly 3 decades. Their relationship had a humble beginning, as they first crossed paths in St. Petersburg during the 1980s through a mutual acquaintance. Their connection grew over the years, and they eventually became a couple, remaining together for an extended period before ultimately deciding to part ways. In 2013, Vladimir Putin and Lyudmila Ocheretnaya made headlines when they announced their divorce. The reasons cited for their separation were attributed to their growing apart over time. Ocheretnaya candidly shared, "Our marriage is over due to the fact that we barely see each other." She further emphasized that Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was deeply immersed in his work, leaving limited time for their personal life. Their children had also grown up and were pursuing their individual paths, contributing to the evolving dynamics of their family. Notably, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya never concealed her discomfort with the public spotlight that came with her role as the First Lady of Russia. She openly expressed her preference for a quieter and more private life, a sentiment she looked forward to after the divorce was finalized. The information available about Lyudmila Ocheretnaya remains limited, reflecting the stringent privacy measures surrounding Putin's personal life. As noted by The Independent, journalists who delve into details of Putin's personal life often face consequences, including job terminations, underscoring the challenges of reporting on the personal affairs of a prominent political figure like Putin. Putin's ex-wife had an unhappy marriage. While concrete details about the time Lyudmila Ocheretnaya and Vladimir Putin shared together are relatively scarce, a 2002 biography of the Russian president unveiled some poignant and somber aspects of her life during their marriage. This biography sheds light on the challenges she faced while being married to Putin, revealing several unsettling aspects of their relationship. One particularly heart-rending revelation was that Lyudmila gave birth to their child alone, without the presence of Putin by her side. This emotional moment was compounded by the fact that she had no say in choosing their new daughter's name. Lyudmila shared her distress, recounting how she felt compelled to name their daughter Maria in homage to Putin's mother. This lack of agency in such a significant decision added to the emotional weight of the situation. Furthermore, Lyudmila expressed feelings of humiliation due to Putin's chronic tardiness for official engagements. She candidly admitted, "After an hour, I would nearly cry out of humiliation," underscoring the strain that such behavior placed on their relationship. Perhaps one of the most painful revelations was Lyudmila's acknowledgement that her husband had repeatedly engaged in extramarital affairs during their time together. This painful truth likely added to the strain of their marriage and contributed to her relief upon their separation. Given the challenges and emotional toll of her marriage to Vladimir Putin, it is understandable that Lyudmila Ocheretnaya chose to move forward with her life and embrace a new chapter of independence and personal growth following their divorce. Unhappiness as First Lady, a new film produced by aides to Alexei Navalny, the imprisoned critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has brought to light what it claims are the personal sentiments of Putin's ex-wife. While previous videos and reports from Navalny's team have focused on exposing corruption within Russia's elite, this latest release delves into the personal life and wealth of Russia's former First Lady. The investigation centers on Lyudmila Putina, now known as Lyudmila Ocheretnaya, following her divorce from Putin in 2013. It alleges that she started an online journal approximately 7 years prior, when her former husband was in his second term in power. The probe conducted by Navalny's team has drawn connections between the LiveJournal blog, created by a user named Ilina in 2006, and publicly known facts about Putin's ex-spouse. These connections include sharing the same birthday, both hailing from St. Petersburg with philology backgrounds, and having 2 daughters, one of whom is a dancer. The film's narrator asserts that the level of detail presented rules out mere coincidence. Additional evidence presented in the film includes accounts of both owning white toy poodles and attending a strip show in Hamburg's Reeperbahn district during a visit to Germany. This aligns with a previous account in a book by a German journalist, which claimed that Putin and his friends once visited an erotic show in Hamburg. The film goes on to offer insights into Lyudmila Putina's feelings about her role as the former First Lady. Describing her as openly bored and having nothing to do, it reveals her unsuccessful attempts to find hobbies such as yoga and psychology, sometimes sleeping until late in the afternoon. The journal is depicted as being filled with pseudo-psychological online tests and various posts related to topics like beauty and sexuality. One post from December 22, 2007, titled "Mother Russia," is noted for its contemporary relevance, as it expressed optimism about Russia's future and prosperity. The film suggests that this post prompted comments related to war and the potential use of people as cannon fodder, possibly alluding to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The film also alleges that Putina wrote about her husband sucking all the juice out of her and sought advice on how to cope with arguments and a potential breakup in November 2006. In addition to the online journal, Navalny's team's investigation claims that Putina owns 2 apartments in Spain and, along with her new husband, Artur Ocheretny, a $5.3 million, $5.4 million villa on the French Riviera, as reported by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project in 2017. How much did Lyudmila receive? Although the exact financial terms of their divorce settlement remain undisclosed, it can be reasonably assumed that Lyudmila became a millionaire, if not more, after their marriage came to an end. However, assessing the full extent of Putin's wealth is a formidable challenge, as his true financial standing remains an enigma. The specifics of Lyudmila's divorce settlement remain cloaked in uncertainty. Under Russian law, she would be entitled to half of Putin's salary, which could amount to approximately $50,000 annually. Additionally, she may have received certain assets as part of the property division process. To determine the true extent of the settlement, one must first ascertain the full scope of Putin's wealth. a formidable challenge in itself. In 2007, Putin's officially declared wealth stood at a meager $280,000 in funds and an apartment in St. Petersburg. This figure appears notably low, especially when one considers that Putin is known to wear wristwatches reportedly valued at 6 times his annual salary. Rumors persist that Putin's true wealth extends into the billions, owing to stakes in various Russian companies. The CIA once estimated his net worth at approximately $40 billion, and the Panama Papers leak suggested that Putin had ownership of offshore companies, with a net worth of at least $2 billion. Putin has proven himself adept at concealing assets, making the process of property division exceptionally challenging for Lyudmila. The likelihood of her securing a settlement remotely approaching 50% becomes exceedingly slim, given that even the CIA has struggled to ascertain the true extent of Putin's wealth. If the intelligence agency cannot decipher his financial holdings, it is reasonable to assume that his own wife faced similar difficulties in determining his assets. Putin's ex-wife has found a new life after their divorce. Since her divorce from one of the world's most controversial politicians, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya has deliberately maintained a low profile and demonstrated a clear desire to distance herself from her former husband, Vladimir Putin. In fact, reports suggest that she went to great lengths to shed any association with the Russian leader, with some speculating that she had joined an Orthodox convent in pursuit of this separation, although it remains uncertain if she ever took up residence there. In her post-divorce life, Ocheretnaya has moved forward and is now happily married to a man named Artur Ocheretny. Notably, Artur is more than 2 decades her junior and serves as the director of a non-profit organization. The couple recently acquired a villa in France valued at a substantial $7.46 million, where they enjoy a life together away from the intense glare of the public eye. Putin's ex-wife's loan company sees record profits amid Russia's full-scale invasion. In a surprising twist to her post-divorce life, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya has made a notable foray into the business world. Ocheretnaya owns Carmony, a microloan company specializing in loans secured by automobiles, and recent reports suggest that the company has experienced significant growth, particularly in a challenging economic climate. Carmony's financial performance during the past year, amid Russia's full-scale invasion and the resulting economic downturn due to sanctions and foreign divestment, has been remarkable. The company's net profits surged by $140 million, approximately $1.7 million, representing a substantial 66% increase. In total, Carmony generated a record revenue of $391.3 million, around $4.7 million in 2022. Notably, Ocheretnaya personally earned $58 million, about $700,000, from Carmony in 2022, as reported in financial statements. Payments were funneled through Carmony CY Ltd, a Cypriot offshore company that was controlled by Meridian, with 99% ownership held by Putin's ex-wife. However, just before the new year, Ocheretnaya's offshore company relinquished ownership of Carmony, which came under Russian jurisdiction. Smart Tech Group LLC assumed ownership, effectively avoiding sanctions imposed by the European Union on Ocheretnaya herself. It is worth noting that despite the change in ownership, allegations suggest that Ocheretnaya maintains control over the company. Anton Zinoviev, Ocheretnaya's longtime financial partner and co-owner of the Zaprosto smartphone rental business, serves as the CEO of Smart Tech Group LLC. Furthermore, the Carmony office continues to operate from the Volkonsky House in central Moscow, a building owned by Ocheretnaya and her current husband, Artur Ocheretny. Carmony, founded back in 2010, experienced limited development until Ocheretnaya's offshore company acquired the business in 2017. By the first half of 2022, Car Money had risen to become the fifth most profitable microfinance organization, with disclosed financials, and ranked eighth in terms of portfolio size within Russia's microloan sector. Intriguing and enigmatic, Lyudmila Ocheretnaya's journey post-divorce from Vladimir Putin is a testament to her resilience and adaptability. From a quiet life away from the political spotlight to her unexpected foray into the world of business, Ocheretnaya's story continues to captivate our curiosity. What do you make of her transition into the business world and her success with Car Money? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating lives of public figures. Until next time, bye.